Hi guys, welcome back to George Reads once again, where today we are reading Chapter 11 of Slime by David Walliams. Last time in Chapter 10, we were introduced to Mr. Ralph, Ned's old headmaster, and I wonder what devious trick Ned and Slime are going to play on him. So this is a very exciting chapter we are in for tonight. But before we read the chapter, please leave a like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated and it helps the channel loads. But without further ado, let's read Chapter 11 of Slime by David Walliams. Hope you guys are excited. Chapter 11, Blazing Bottom. Mr. Ralph had been careful not to expel all the children at his school. If he did, there would be no children left to expel, and he loved expelling children. Once, a child on their very first day at the school was expelled for skipping through the school gates. It was a new record for Mr. Ralph, expelling a child who had been at the school for less than 3 seconds. As for Ned, the boy was expelled for the simple crime of laughing. Ha 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 ha! In fairness to Mr. Ralph, the boy was laughing because in art class the pupils were charged with decorating an egg for Easter, and Ned had painted his egg to look exactly like Mr. Ralph. This was much to his and everyone else's amusement. See if we can spot the difference. "You boy!" bellowed the headmaster. "What are you doing back in my school? You are expelled." "Hello again, sir," chirped Ned. He didn't seem too bothered. It is impossible to be expelled when you've already been expelled." "And what on earth is this monstrosity you have brought with you?" spat Ralph. "What a dreadful little man," murmured Slime. "Whatever shall we do to him?" Ned thought for a moment. "We need to teach the headmaster a lesson. Us kids have suffered his rages for long enough. Ralph is always in a rage about nothing. Let's finally give him something to be really, really, really angry about." "Splendid! Now, let me think." "Too late, Blobby," shouted Mr. Ralph. "I am going to punish this boy severely. Do you hear me? Severely!" With that, the headmaster whipped out the long wooden ruler he'd been concealing under his cloak. Ralph lunged at the boy, ready to strike. Thwack, thwack, thwack went the ruler as it chopped through the air. Just as Mr. Ralph was about to cause Ned excruciating pain, Slime shapeshifted into a giant octopus, a sloctopus. Only quality dictionary like the Walliams dictionary would have this word. One of the sloctopus's arms wrestled the ruler from the headmaster, while another looped around the man's ankle. Before Mr. Ralph could shout "Expelled!" the sloctopus lifted him high into the air. Ned laughed as he looked up to see his old headmaster upside down above him. "Ha ha ha ha! I will get you for this, boy!" screamed Ralph. "I'm not sure you will," replied the boy. "Let him go!" shouted the teachers gathered in the playground. "Actually, I don't mind if you keep him," muttered the bearded deputy head. Mr. Lust had long been lusting after the top job at the school. "What now, my young friend?" asked the sloctopus. "Spin Mr. Ralph round like he spins around that ruler of his," replied the boy. "I don't mind if I do." So the sloctopus spun the headmaster faster and faster and faster still. It was as if Mr. Ralph were on a particularly pukesome, puculus, all words you will find in your Walliams dictionary, fairground ride. "Let go now!" commanded Ned. The sloctopus released its grip, and Mr. Ralph went flying off through the air. Whiz! "Ah!" he screamed as he zoomed up above the clouds. There was an eerie silence for a moment when it looked as if Mr. Ralph might be heading for outer space. A sound of whistling cut through the quiet. All eyes in the playground searched the sky. "There!" shouted Ned. "What a shame," muttered Mr. Lust, stroking his beard. There was a tiny glow of red light high in the morning sky. As it began to descend, Ned exclaimed, "It's Mr. Ralph's bottom burning up as he re-enters the atmosphere. Before you complain to me about this, let me inform you, this is science." "Ah!" cried Mr. Ruff as he plunged through the sky. Fortunately for the headmaster, he crash-landed into the sea. There was splosh! There was a sound of sizzling, sizzle, as the water put out the blazing fire on Mr. Ruff's bottom cheeks. Then the headmaster cried, "Help! I can't swim!" "Let's not be too hasty," remarked Mr. Lust. "Tea and biscuits, anyone?" Ned nodded to Slime. They couldn't let the man drown. The Sloctopus reached out one of its arms. It grew longer and longer and longer still, until it reached all the way into the sea. Then the Sloctopus plucked up the headmaster, who was bobbing in the waves, and deposited him back in the playground. Splat! All the teachers had to stifle their giggles at the sight of the headmaster looking most undignified. Ha 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 ha! Ruff was soaking wet, and the seat of his trousers had burned right through. Everyone could see his bright red bottom, still blazing from his descent. It was so red it looked like a baboon's bottom. All the school children still had their faces pressed up against the classroom windows. Now they were laughing at their headmaster too. No one laughed harder than Old Man Giles, the 92-year-old pupil whose punishment was being put down a year every year. He had been at Mulch School the longest, 87 years to be precise. Old Man Giles chortled so hard that his false teeth shot out and hit the window. Clunk. This only made him laugh more. If Mr. Ruff were an egg, he would now be scrambled. "Goodbye, sir," chirped Ned sarcastically. The Sloctopus transformed into a hot air balloon, a slalloon. Look it up in your Walliams dictionary if you don't believe me. And it whisked the boy up from the bench and into the sky. "My ruler!" bellowed Ruff. On cue, the slalloon dropped the ruler and it landed on the headmaster's head with a clunk. Laughed all the children. "Do come back again soon and finish him off, please," called out Mr. Lust. And that's the end of chapter 11. Well, it looks like Mr. Ruff got what he deserved. If any adults are watching this, that's what happens to you if you misbehave around your kids. But anyway, that's the end of chapter 11. And until next time, I will see you all later for chapter 12 of Slime. I wonder what mischief Ned will get up to next. But for now, that's all from me. Goodbye, guys, and I hope you have a brilliant day. Thank you for watching, and see you later.